Hello, everybody.
Hello, and welcome to our weekly newsletter. First edition. Oh.
So, this is our first live. I'm Kimberly Kopf.
Caleb Boland.
And we are league operators for Eastern Maine APA. And this is our weekly newsletter that we're trying to develop so that we can keep players updated. And so we want to welcome everybody. And, many of you have known us before we became league operators as players. And many of you are meeting us for the first time as your league operators. We're just finishing up fall session, and we're
getting into the spring.
Getting into the last session to complete our second year.
Right.
It's gone by fast.
Very quick.
It's been very busy.
So with this first weekly newsletter, we just want to give a brief description of what our weekly newsletters are going to look like. We're going to discuss the upcoming events. Which, speaking of that, next weekend is our 2025 Captain's Christmas Tournament, being held at All Play in Belfast. Right now, I believe we have 25 teams signed up so far, so it is going to be a great time.
And those are teams of two that captains invite one of their players off their team to participate in, and the handicap.
No handicap.
No handicap. So, so teams of two, and it's a Scotch doubles format. We have a lot of prizes and giveaways and raffles, so we're really excited, and that's on December 20th.
Yep, and the 21st.
And the 21st. All Play in Belfast.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time.
It was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah.
We did have a good time. So this is our second one.
Yeah. So on top of upcoming events, we're going to talk about rule of the week, and what we mean by that is, a lot of times we hear about rule question on Monday, and for some reason, the same thing will come up in a different division on a Wednesday or Thursday, and so I think that might be a good example of our rule of the week, or
a very unique rule that doesn't come up very often. But we think it's a great story, and we should share it here so everybody's updated on our rules. We do have an official team rule book, our OTM.
Yeah.
Official team manual, I guess it's called. And that has our rules. There's also rules available online at poolplayers.rules.com.
Yep.
And so you can look up rules. But we always want to be on top of that, and those are always repetitive conversations. So adding them here we thought would be helpful for everyone and not just the people who were asking at the time.
Yep. Sometimes the rules can be a little vague and need some clarification. And so that's where that will come in.
They can definitely be.
We'll also be working on updating divisions with any changes that are happening. Or anything, scheduling or, host locations, anything like that, new teams entering the division. It's pretty much just trying to keep our players updated on what's going on within their divisions.
Yep. Because we always know something shows up, pops up.
Right now I am working on building our YouTube channel. So hopefully eventually these live streams and our events that we stream live will be streamed live to our YouTube channel. Because we know not everybody is on Facebook or keeps an eye on Facebook or even likes browsing Facebook. But I know most everybody uses YouTube.
And Facebook doesn't keep our videos.
Right.
You have to download them. They only keep them up, I think, 30 days. So this will be a permanent record. And we'll be able to post our streams from, finals and Vegas and Northeast Challenge, those kinds of tournaments. When we do live streams, they'll be, in the video library forever. So that's better than them getting deleted after 30 days.
Yep. And another thing is we won't be answering questions during our weekly newsletters. If you do have questions, you can put them in there. We will look at the comments, and we will try to address any questions the next week during our next weekly newsletter.
Yeah, we do want conversations, but the newsletter is just going to be the announcements, and we anticipate conversations happening after that. But to go back and forth on a live, I don't think that that's going to be as efficient as just having these video updates.
Right, because that adds a lot of unnecessary time to the live video.
But we do want all the conversations.
Yep. Yeah, we still want you to comment. We still want your questions, and like I said, we will answer them the next week. Hopefully, it doesn't take me too long to build our YouTube channel. I'm currently, hopefully towards the end of that. I will be putting the link out there because we will need 50 followers or subscribers in order to do live events on our YouTube channel.
Like and subscribe.
Right. So we just need 50 of you to like and subscribe so that we could put all these live stuff on our YouTube channel. And then we can share our YouTube videos to our Facebook page. And I think that will help out because we do get a lot of comments that, I'm not on Facebook all the time. I didn't know that was happening. Blah, blah, blah. So
hopefully it'll be easier for people to look up.
We are working to improve, what we're doing. It is taking us a little while, mainly because we do not have, the
staff.
Workers or staff. So I'm having to, find time within my busy schedule to work on the technical stuff. Kimberly works on her office stuff, and so she's very busy, for many hours of the day, working, keeping her side down,
and still,
on track.
We answer
and
all the interactions too.
So between the two of us, we are very busy, in the office with our respected roles. I'm also very busy out on the road traveling. As many know, I've been to Machias, Ellsworth, to Rockport, and we are going to start working on getting Brunswick Bath going. That is our next goal, is to get that going.
Yeah, we definitely have that on our to-do list. Hoping to have that kind of started by now, but we get it, and we're all learning together. But we're excited about that and look forward to that.
Yep.
We're working on updating. It's bylaw update time, and so we'll be working on those. I think we submit them at the end of January, and we've gotten some calls on specifics because our playoff format is changed, being that we're a smaller market and our divisions determine what their playoff format will be. So we're going to have those written down. It was brought to our attention this week, and it was a really good question. We've repeated it as it's come up, but we think it should be easy for everybody to find.
Yep.
And so we're hoping that we're going to do better on being able to explain things or direct people to where the answers are, and we realize that isn't clear enough, and we want to make it clearer. So we're working on that for our bylaws for sure.
So our Showdown Series playoff formats will now be in the bylaws once they get published. Because I just totally spaced it and didn't even know they were not in our bylaws, but
Right.
Anyway, those are some of the changes that are going to be coming up.
Right now we're working on MVP sweatshirts.
Yep,
So we're finishing up our Showdown Series fall.
Yeah.
And we've already started spring for full teams, so we know the full team's MVPs and gotten their sizes, and we'll be getting that done this week.
Yeah, we have one more division that has one more week of play before we can know who that MVP is.
That's right.
And once we get that MVP person, we'll be able to actually put our order in for these sweatshirts. And this time around, we should be getting them quicker than last time. Because we won't have the
we established the account. The first go round took some time, but now we're going to get into a rhythm and a system.
So to keep this one brief, because this was just an introduction to our weekly newsletters. Those are all the stuff that we are working on. Again, our Captain's Christmas tournament is next weekend. Another fun tournament we have coming up is our Jack and Jill Valentine's Players Appreciation Tournament, and that one is going to be held at Sammy's in Waldoboro. And that is Saturday, February 14th.
Valentine's Day.
So,
and we have a lot of giveaways. It's another Players Appreciation Tournament where we have raffles and different fun trinkets and pool sticks to give away.
Yeah, and what we're going to be doing for
That's
that
a one day.
Yeah, what we're going to be doing for that one is we're going to have different color tickets for the men and the women. So, and we'll be alternating, that way, the ladies, we'll get something, the men will get something, and
it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be great. We'd like to thank all the captains, for everything that you do. Because
taking on that responsibility of being a captain is a lot of work, and we recognize that. Taking care of your players and trying to organize schedules and getting last-minute phone calls and playing ghost players. These are all decisions we understand that you're making, and
Right.
sometimes they're on the fly, and that's a lot of hard work. So we recognize our captains and thank you for being captains and taking on that responsibility.
Yeah, and shout out to our division reps. Especially all the ones help passing out patches and keeping up with the patch list.
It definitely helps.
We do have quite a few divisions that still do not have a division rep.
So we're working on building that for sure. And we'll take nominations. We'll take volunteers. We really do need your help to keep this league strong and positive and going in a great direction that everybody loves to enjoy. So division reps are very instrumental in that, just as important as our captains. And, we really, really do appreciate Dana out in Belfast, Owlette. He and Nikki, they're wonderful. They help us out tremendously, especially Dana. He's been kind of the one helper we do have that helps us with a lot of important stuff. And so we got a shout out to Dana. Thank you so much, Dana, for all that you do and help us out with. And we do have a lot of players that aren't captains and aren't division reps, and they're doing a lot for our leagues also. We want to thank you because, just talking about us and spreading the word and inviting your friends to participate, that's all helping our league to grow. And Ellsworth, they've gone through some hiccups, and this last session, I can't even tell you how many hard-working pool players and the host locations and the captains.
Yeah, just keeping it going and working with us and working amongst themselves to figure it out how to keep their division going.
And doing it with a smile and being enthusiastic, and we couldn't ask for a better environment out in Ellsworth. So we wanted to definitely give a shout out to them. They're getting ready to finish that division, which both the 9-ball and the ladies are finishing up this week, I believe, right?
Yeah, 9-ball just finished, so they'll be starting their spring session next week.
And
ladies still has one more week, and then they have 1 week of playoffs, and then their session starts.
And speaking of ladies, I have to shout out to Angie Waterman out of Belfast because
and Kelly Costin.
Kelly Costin is interested in starting Belfast, but I want to thank Angie for helping me in Ellsworth.
Yeah.
She's helped me keep that 4th team alive for the Ellsworth ladies who have worked so hard to keep this going. They are enjoying themselves. They're creating quite a wonderful community. And so I'm excited to see where that grows, but we couldn't have done it without Angie. And so we want to shout out to her. And she is working hard currently. She and Kelly Costin have both come up with ladies teams for Belfast. So we're looking to start that up this next session. If you're a lady and you are interested in playing, get a hold of us. If you're interested in being a captain, get a hold of us. I believe the night we're looking at is Friday.
Yes.
So it'll be every Friday night, Ladies League. So give us a shout or get a hold of Angie if you want to participate in that. So we're excited. The ladies are organically growing on their own, and that's pretty exciting.
Yep. And I'm going to end on the note of just reminding people that we are a fun pool league.
Amateur.
And and league night is supposed to be fun for all players. All right, and I know there are some competitive players out there who have a hard time and get frustrated when they start missing shots and whatnot. But I remind those people that your energy spills into the room, and so if you're not having fun, then your team is not having fun, and your opponent's not having fun. Then nobody's having fun, and then that's all people can remember is like, this so and so did this and blah blah. And I want to give you an idea, like if it's your first time walking into a pool league or a league night and you experience somebody
hitting their stick on the table
or using profound language or just being very disruptive, to a first timer, they're not going to want to come back to that environment. So please be respectful to not only your opponent, but to everybody in the room. And remember, it's a fun night out.
And we understand that your divisions, you guys have your own energy, what's going on in your locations, and you guys have a camaraderie of your very own. We just want to remind you, when you are at our higher level tournaments or fun Christmas tournaments and you're interacting with other divisions, you might want to, hone it in a little bit and be respectful of the whole room. And language is important, and calling people sandbaggers or arguing about skill levels, that seems to be, an ongoing issue that we'd like to work through. And then just outbursts, we get complaints on, so we're mentioning it. It's not every night, and it has happened in our higher level tournaments, so we really want to let everybody know sportsmanship's important.
And I think on that note, what Kimberly said just got me thinking there. It's like I might end every week with a reminder that instead of focusing on the skill level you think that player should be, focus on how well they played and congratulate them on a well played match, because that right there does a whole lot more than saying, well, you shouldn't be a 2. I think you should be a 3. Blah blah blah. It takes away from their experience and their game. So compliment them on a game well played. Recognize that hey, I notice that your game's getting better. I hope you continue to improve, and go from there. Try not to criticize them because you think they should be a higher skill level. It's not about what you think. All right?
And that's probably our number one call and complaint, right? Is somebody wanting to know why so-and-so is that skill level. And we get it, and we'll always respect people's feedback, and we look up everybody. We review everybody's skill level and put in that information on a weekly basis. So you are welcome to have skill level questions for us.
Right.
You're welcome to ask us about them, but we just want the room to be happy and fun.
Yep.
And welcoming.
Yes.
We're all a family here. We don't always get along, but we're a family, and we do care about each other. And there's so much wonderful networking in our family that it's more than just pool.
Right.
It is. It's more than just pool, and we all know it.
Yep. So
I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate Caleb. And as we get this going each year, we're going to be better and better at it. We had a lot to learn and a lot to adjust to, because we're not the large league we came from. So as we learn, we share that with you, and we hope the comments are kind and respectful, and that we're all working together to be on the same page as a pool family that we are.
Right.
Sometimes dysfunctional, but it's all in love.
Yep. So with that note, thank you for checking out this video. Again, leave your comments, and we will come back and read them, and we will address any questions or concerns next week during our next week's live video.
And we want comments to stay respectful and politically correct, and that's not a place to argue. It's not a place to stir up old situations. Like I said, we're here to listen, but this is a community, and we want this to just be informative and to just help everybody be on the same page, where questions can be answered,
Right.
and events can be announced, and shout-outs can be made. Oh, happy birthday, all December babies.
Hope you all have an enjoyable weekend.
Thanks for joining
Take care.
us. Bye.